I have always maintained on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. That everything in politics is normally well scripted, well planned, and executed to achieve specific political objectives. The Standard newspaper today has a very interesting headline. And that headline is timed to go alongside the burial of Musalia Mudavadi's mother today. The headline reads, "A Mudavadi Kenneth 2022 ticket." That headline is intended to achieve specific political objectives. And the deep state is behind that headline. In this video today, I want us to go deep into this headline. And I want to demonstrate to you through a series of events which have taken place this past week. But if you are watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let us get back to the main issue. The Standard newspaper has a very interesting headline. "A Mudavadi Kenneth 2022 ticket." Today, Mudavadi's mother is going to be buried in Vihiga. And the entire country is in Vihiga. And most of these leaders are going to purchase the Standard newspaper. From the face value, anybody would think that probably Gideon Moi, who owns the Standard newspaper, is looking at a way of pleasing the Mudavadis. That's not the case. Let me read for you a bit of this headline. It says, "Fresh details exclusively obtained by our team indicate that talks are at an advanced stage, spearheaded by very influential figures over the possibility of fronting a ticket of the ANC leader and the former Gatanga MP." I want you to listen. "And the former Gatanga MP as the best bet against William Samoei Ruto." This headline is sponsored by the deep state. And I've always told you guys that in this country, the deep state is divided into four. So one wing or one faction of the deep state is behind this headline. Let me just remind you before I give you some certain events which can actually prove that this thing was designed to work like this. I've always said on this platform that around President Uhuru Kenyatta, there are four thoughts over the 2022 general election. Number one, there are those who want President Uhuru Kenyatta to support William Samoei Ruto. Although they've been subdued, but they're still within the system. And these are some of the people who always, at any given opportunity, if they find, they always push for William Samoei Ruto. So around Uhuru's circles, there are those who want William Ruto to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta, because they believe the deputy president has a chance being the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. So that's the first faction. That faction is not behind this headline. Then there is the second faction. The second faction believe that because of the handshake, President Uhuru Kenyatta should support his handshake partner, Raila Amolo Odinga. And they believe that it's only Raila Amolo Odinga who can actually defeat William Samoei Ruto. Because according to these people, President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto are done, politically speaking. So that's the second group. That second group is not responsible for this headline. And then there is the third group. The third group always believe that the presidency should actually emerge from amongst themselves. And these guys have been fronting Fred Matiang'i and Mutahi Kagwe's ticket. Mutahi Kagwe is currently an insider. Matiang'i is kind of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. So this group believes strongly that someone from within should actually emerge. This team is not behind this headline. The fourth team is behind this headline. And this is the team which believes that President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga should both exit the political scene. And after exiting political scene, then they should just do one favor. Support a compromise candidate. So these guys have pushed for like 3 or 4 people. They believe Musalia Mudavadi fits the bill. The same people are also fronting Muhisa Kitui. At some point, they were also pushing for Professor Kivutha Kibwana. And this same team is also pushing for Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So they believe that a compromise candidate supported by Raila Amolo Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta can actually deliver the presidency. And I want to prove to you that this team is the one behind this headline. And within that team, there are very influential people. There is Nje Muturi. Then there is the Speaker Muturi. Those are some of the key people. And also, these are the same people who have been using Irungu Kangata. So Irungu Kangata is also in that team. Amos Kimunya was in that team, but is now drifting towards Raila Amolo Odinga. So this is the team responsible for this headline. And let me explain to you, because I've always said that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. This week, Kenyans woke up to Irungu Kangata. Irungu Kangata penned a very bold letter to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Most people believe that the letter was actually not drafted by Irungu Kangata. That the deep state or some people around the president drafted that letter. That's the case. And in that letter, Irungu Kangata is saying that the BBI is going to fail terribly in central Kenya. That they are going to get only 20%. That's a huge failure. So that's Irungu Kangata. Who is the face of the BBI? Raila Amolo Odinga. So according to Irungu Kangata and the team, Raila Odinga cannot deliver the building bridges initiative process in central Kenya. Either Uhuru must go there, but Uhuru, for him to go there, he must discard Raila Amolo Odinga. So the Irungu Kangata letter came, and it achieved that objective. Before the dust could settle, then there was this TIFA poll. The results of TIFA poll were actually leaked out, I think a day before they were released. I remember I read it on Grand Mola's wall, Twitter wall, when he was saying that he was using reverse psychology, that Team Handshake are going to release the opinion poll, and in that opinion poll, they are going to favor the Building Bridges Initiative process. So Kenya swallowed that. But when the TIFA poll came out, because there is no way Irungu Kangata could issue the letter, a day later, then we have an opinion poll by TIFA. And in that opinion poll by TIFA, only 12% were supporting the Building Bridges Initiative process. 12%. Irungu Kangata letter was talking of 20%. Then after the TIFA, then you now have this headline of Peter Kenneth and Musalia Mudavadi ticket. So basically this team are telling Kenyans that Raila Odinga cannot deliver or cannot beat William Samoei Ruto. That the only person who can do that is Musalia Mudavadi paired with Peter Kenneth. But why is BBI unpopular? In fact, apart from this headline in the Standard, we expect another headline tomorrow, either the Star or the Daily Nation. But why is the Building Bridges Initiative process unpopular in central Kenya? That's the elephant in the room. It's unpopular because of Jubilee failures. And Jubilee government committed 3 grave political mistakes, or mistakes, economic mistakes. The first mistake Jubilee committed was to overborrow. So we have a government which overborrowed. So today they cannot borrow. And even if they were to borrow, they're only borrowing to repay. So that's the biggest mistake which happened in this country, overborrowing. Then after borrowing, then you embark on overspending. For example, Aurora and Kimware Dam was supposed to cost less than 10 billion. Later on, it ended up costing 23 billion. You can't explain. Look at even those who are working with the government. No money. So that's number one. The second thing is overspending. After borrowing, these guys embarked on overspending. A project like Aurora and Kimware, which was supposed to go for like 10 billion, ended up with like 27 billion. Very sad. And you see, most of this money were being delivered into people's pockets. Let's just use Aurora and Kimware. The contractor was paid billions even before he could mobilize machinery on site. So yeah, alilipwa kila kitu ameenda. And there are several. The railways line, which is good, the SGR line, which is very good, the cost was inflated big time. And because of overborrowing today in this country, because of borrowing and overspending in this country, we don't have any money to spend. And then the third thing which made the government unpopular is what is called overstealing. So the government then embarked on stealing. So they looted. It's not even stealing, it's looting. They looted the economy. Nothing was left. And that's why William Ruto, who was part and parcel of the government, knew so well that even if Raila Odinga joins now, then there's nothing left to be looted. The only thing left is to carry the burden of the loot. But what are some of the narratives which this headline wanted to pass outside there? Politics is very interesting. This narrative wanted to sell 4 narratives. The first narrative is that Raila Odinga is unsellable in the larger Mount Kenya region. So what that means then is, if Raila is unsellable, then you need the central Kenya votes. Then what do? You get someone else. And that's why they're dragging the name of Musalia Mudavadi. So that's the first thing, that Raila Odinga is unsellable. Remember, since the handshake, Raila and Uhuru have always been to Nyanza. I'm told even yesterday, probably Uhuru slept in Kisumu. But Uhuru has never taken Raila Odinga to central Kenya for politics. But these guys are saying that Raila Odinga is unsellable. That's the first narrative. The second narrative is that these guys want a compromise candidate. So they don't want Raila Odinga, they don't want Ruto. So they want someone katikati here. And that someone katikati here is their candidate, Musalia Mudavadi, and then pairing him with Peter Kenneth. Remember, these guys are very funny. They're saying Mudavadi and Kenneth, not any other tribe. So, and number 3, they want a puppet president. If they push for Musalia Mudavadi to become the president, ultimately, Musalia Mudavadi is going to be a puppet. And lastly, is the Luo equation. President Uhuru Kenyatta must take the Luo equation to the people of Central Kenya. He must explain to the people of Central Kenya that whatever he did for the last 2 campaigns, the negative campaigns against the Luos, whatever Kibaki did, then it's their own time. It's only them who can try to fix that. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And my take is very simple. The deep state, a faction of the deep state, is pushing for Peter Kenneth and Musalia Mudavadi ticket. Remember, Peter Kenneth has actually positioned himself right in Raila Odinga's corner as the preferred either running mate or the preferred prime minister. Now these guys have agreed that Peter Kenneth has worked hard and is now sitting on the table. So can we serve him on this other table? Let me hear your thoughts on this matter. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. And by the way, my next video should be on Margaret Wanjiru. Do you think Margaret Wanjiru has what it takes to be the next governor for Nairobi? The votes, the qualification, everything to be the next governor of Nairobi. Let me hear your thoughts. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Please subscribe now.